October 14th, 1943, 25,000 feet above Nazi Germany. Staff Sergeant Michael Romano braces himself inside the narrow tail compartment of a B-17 Flying Fortress. His knees are locked against the aircraft frame. His gloved hands clamp around twin .50 caliber Browning machine guns, each nearly as heavy as he is. Through a small plexiglass window, Romano watches a Focke-Wulf 190 slide into position beneath the bomber's tail. 6 o'clock low, the most lethal angle in aerial warfare. Romano leans into his crude iron sight, nothing more than a metal ring and a front post. There is no computer, no LED indicator, no compensation for speed or distance, just instinct. Both aircraft are moving at a combined closing speed of more than 500 miles per hour. Romano fires. Bright tracer rounds streak into the sky and trail uselessly behind the diving fighter. The German pilot fires back. 20mm cannon shells slam into the bomber. Aluminum skin peels open. Hydraulic fluid sprays. Another flying fortress begins to fall. This moment is not unique. On this single day during the second Schweinfurt raid will happen 291 times. By nightfall, 60 B-17s are destroyed. 138 more are damaged beyond repair. 600 American airmen are dead. The math is unforgiving. At this loss rate, no bomber crew can statistically survive their required 25 missions. And post-mission analysis reveals an even darker truth. The tail gunners, supposedly the bomber's final shielder, hitting less than 8% of their targets. The B-17's defensive doctrine has failed, and unless something changes, daylight strategic bombing itself will be abandoned. What commanders do not know is that, at that exact moment, on a frozen hardstand at Buzzingbourne Airfield, England, a 22-year-old enlisted tail gunner is sketching an idea that violates multiple Army Air Forces regulations. An idea engineers will call impossible. An idea that will triple tailgun accuracy and save thousands of lives. The impossible job of a tail gunner. The B-17 enters the war with a philosophy borrowed from naval combat. More guns, overlapping fire, mutual protection. The Army Air Forces proudly label it a flying fortress. Reality is less forgiving. Tail gunners operate in a compartment barely larger than a coffin. They kneel on a bicycle-style seat, feet braced against metal ribs, wrestling twin machine guns through turbulence, oxygen deprivation, and temperatures as low as -40 degrees Celsius. Their aiming system is unchanged from the 19th century. To hit a fast-moving fighter, a tail gunner must estimate closing speed, guess distance, calculate deflection, compensate for bullet drop, fire accurately while wearing thick gloves and fighting hypoxia, all before the enemy fires back with cannons that outrange him 4-1. Even expert instructors achieve hit rates barely above 12% in training. In combat, that number collapses to 6-8%. The Luftwaffe notices immediately. German pilots adapt, attack from the rear, absorb a few seconds of inaccurate fire, destroy the bomber. Mission after mission proves the pattern. August 17, 1943, First Schweinfurt raid. 60 bombers lost. October 8, Bremen, 30 lost. October 10th, Munster, Censure lost. The 8th Air Force is bleeding aircraft faster than factories can replace them. And in Washington, General Hop Arnold begins questioning whether daylight bombing is survivable at all. Michael Romano. Michael Romano is not an engineer. He is not an officer. He is not special ed, least not on paper. Born in Pittsburgh in 1924, Romano leaves school at 16 to work steel mills after his father falls ill. He learns machinery by touch, not textbooks. When war comes, he enlists to escape the furnaces. The army assigns him as a tail gunner for one reason: he is small enough to fit. His training scores are average. No one expects anything remarkable. But Romano possesses one dangerous quality: he cannot tolerate systems that don't work. The moment everything changes. After his fifth mission, Romano's frustration turns to anger. He fires hundreds of rounds, hits nothing. A close friend in another bomber dies during a rear attack Romano could not stop. That night, Romano climbs back into his aircraft with a flashlight and his logbook. He stares at the ring and bead sight and notices something strange. His reflection in the curved plexiglass window. In that distortion, Romano can see angles the sight itself cannot cover. And suddenly, the problem becomes clear. Tail gunners are not bad shots. They are firing blind. What Romano needs is not more guns. He needs to see where his bullets are actually going. Breaking the rules, Romano sketches a solution. Not a computing site too complex. Something simpler. Mirrors, small angled mirrors that let him see his tracer paths in real time. A salvaged reflector sight borrowed from a wrecked fighter so he can track targets without losing situational awareness. It is crude, improvised, and completely unauthorized. Army regulations forbid any modification to defensive armament without approval. The penalty can be martial. Romano decides it doesn't matter. The midnight build, Romano finds an ally in Technical Sergeant Frank Kellerman, a veteran mechanic who survived the Depression by fixing whatever broke. Kellerman studies the sketches. "This is illegal," he says. Romano nods. They begin after midnight. Parts come from wrecks, mirrors from navigation equipment, plexiglass from shattered canopies, a reflector sight salvaged from a destroyed P-47. They work until dawn. The installation would horrify Boeing engineers. No paperwork, no approval, just necessity. Proof in the sky. The next day, over Germany, a Bf-109 attacks from 6 o'clock low. Romano tracks it through the reflector sight. For the first time, he can see the target, his gun alignment, his tracer pattern. He fires, adjusts instantly, fires again. The German fighter erupts in smoke and spirals downward. Romano is stunned. It worked. The backlash, the celebration lasts minutes. During inspection, officers discover the modification. Romano is threatened with disciplinary action, but word spreads. Gunners want it. Engineers hate it. Officers argue. Finally, the group commander intervenes. 17 bombers lost in 1 week, 3 fighters destroyed. Colonel Stanley Ray makes a decision. Romano's system stays. Gun cameras will decide. The numbers don't lie. Over the next missions, the results are undeniable. Romano downs multiple fighters. His ammunition usage plummets. Hit rates triple. Soon, other aircraft receive the modification. By late October, tail gun accuracy exceeds 23%. Rear attacks become lethal for German pilots. Luftwaffe reports warn that tail gunners are suddenly dangerous. By November, Higher Headquarters approves the system. By December, hundreds of B-17s carry Romano's design legacy. Boeing's Cheyenne tail turret, introduced in 1944, incorporates the same principles Romano improvised with scrap metal. Post-war analysis shows PAL attack losses drop by over 30%. Hundreds of bombers survive that would not have before. Thousands of airmen make it home. Romano never seeks credit. He returns to Pittsburgh after the war, works as a machinist, raises a family. His obituary mentions his service in a single line. It does not mention that a factory worker with a flashlight and some mirrors solved a problem engineers could not. Because history often overlooks the people who break rules for the right reasons. And sometimes, the difference between survival and extinction isn't technology. It's refusing to accept failure as inevitable.